Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Zenith Online Racing. This is Tier 2. This is Round 5. And this is the Canadian Grand Prix. Bienvenue for all our French fans watching. Probably no one, maybe Bobby. Welcome, Bobby. Tonight, I'm joined by Doth. Welcome, Doth.
Hey, what's going on? And yeah, your bienvenue is really the extent of my French as well. So that I know that wasn't for me.
I've got a few other phrases I can throw in here and there if I'm feeling daring later on in the race. So stay tuned for that, everyone, if you're interested.
Yeah, for me it's that, and then whatever you learned in Muzzy. If you remember those like videos from like you were a kid, like one of the lines would be "Je suis la jeune fille." I'm like, okay, I got it. But then when you realize what the translation is, you're like, I still got it.
So here we go. We're here for some racing. We're here for some French immersion, some French learning, and yeah, it should be good. Zyg in the chat, 15% chance of rain during the race, but other than that, it looks like we're in for a sunny qualifying and I'd assume a sunny weekend as well. So let's find the first car on track if we can. And I believe it would be the Red Bull of Riley 48. First one out so far. So, briefly, while he's setting up his lap here, we'll take a look at some of the tire choices people have gone out with so far. JXW actually out on the mediums, Riley out on the mediums. So, a lot of cars fitted the mediums for their first run. Not a bad strategy. Always good to kind of get some laps in. And Canada is a track where you can get 4 qualifying runs in.
For sure, it's because it's such a short track and most of it is at full throttle anyway. You can definitely, if you plan it properly, you can get 4 distinct runs in.
Yep.
So, all right. So it looks like Riley's about to start his lap.
Yeah, take us through it, Doth.
All right, so as he comes down the straight here, he's going to get all the way over to the right for turn 1. Let's see how much curb he takes on the inside. Gets a little bit of curb there, gets the car pointed. Maybe it turns in a little bit early there. You want to get on the power for this. Whoa, and a little bit of a wobble right there. The 3-4 off camber chicane. This is a ton of fun to get right, and very bad if you get wrong, which he nearly got very wrong right there. The 6-7 chicane slows down, gets in nice and late there, gets on the power. That was actually nice and smooth right there. So as we're coming up to this chicane here, let's see if he holds 7th. Nope, picks up 8th. Brakes, turns it right in. So he's still valid. That was close. He didn't have another inch to go there. That was nicely done. Let's see how he gets this into this hairpin. A little bit of a late apex, but realistically he'll be able to get on the power early here down for this long DRS straight. Up into the famous turn coming up, the Wall of Champions chicane. But the thing is, I think we've all hit it, not just the champs.
Yeah, it doesn't discriminate. Oh, and he has invalidated, and he has hit the Wall of Champions. I doubt he will be the only one to do that here tonight. But no. Yes, it does not discriminate. A champion, first-time league racer, no matter what, it will eat you up if you're not careful. So, bunch of guys now. Track is just full of cars. We'll find someone else we can ride along with here. I'm actually on board with RC, so we'll catch the rest of his lap here. Jay Dudu with a 10-9, or sorry, a 10-8 to start qualifying here. So puts himself on provisional pole. RC coming into the hairpin here. I believe Biga named this the Puff Digital Grandstand, or maybe I named it that myself. JXW looks like he's out of qualifying already.
Oh no, what happened? There's a turn. There's a car in the middle of the track somewhere.
Yeah, it looks like out of turns 4 and 5. Or is that 5 and 6?
Oh, an RC invalidated kind of coming through here. That's gonna be a big story tonight in qualifying. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's such a fine line, you know. You want to be as close to the limit as possible, and you also got to be so mindful of track limits around here. One of the worst tracks for invalidations and just picking up penalties during the race. So,
oh, without a doubt,
guys who can keep it clean will find themselves in a good position, especially if there's a late safety car. So, I'm on board currently with No Mercy. He, I believe, is very close to leading this championship, if not in the lead, so we'll give him a bit of screen time here. Riding on board, again, coming into the hairpin. A nice apex. Maybe it could have been a bit
really
closer,
nice.
but that was
that's
really well done. Yeah.
Yeah, because he turned in late. He's just getting on the power so early there, and he's just going to be able to take that advantage all the way down into the Wall of Champions chicane, where it's just a crapshoot anyway. So
yeah, you never know. It seems he was a little cautious in there, but that's a good idea. And we see times now starting to come across the board, and No Mercy splits the two times on the mediums up there. So we see 3 cars on the mediums, all hovering around a 10 flat. So very, very solid.
Pretty solid, yeah.
Yeah. We got Zyg here now coming down the back straight. I'm just kind of picking up cars at random, but hopefully get everyone a little bit of screen time in qualifying. Zyg also on the mediums, and coming into the Wall of Champions final chicane. Oh, very close, but well done to keep it valid.
Yeah, and he shortens his distance to the line there and runs a 1:10.4. I think he went kind of safe through that Wall of Champions chicane. It almost ended up burning him on the other side, where he didn't want to invalidate and then almost lost it because he took too much curb.
Yeah.
So this track is just such a big risk reward.
Yeah, and getting a time on board so crucial, as it seems we have another car off the track. I'm riding on board with Sam, though, who goes really deep into the hairpin there. But like you already mentioned, it allows you to kind of pick up the throttle and carry that extra speed down the back straight. And we'll see here what Sam can do. It's so... I get nervous watching guys come into that final chicane, so I can only imagine what's going through their minds as he puts in a 1:11.1 on the soft. So he'll definitely be looking to improve. RC with a 1:11.1 as well. So the two of them on the soft tires will need to find some pace to move up the grid there. Mr. Babon also with a 1:10.1, that on the softs. I'm now on board with Hightower. He's on an outlap though, so we'll see if we can find... I don't know if you've got anyone to...
No, it kind of looks like everybody who's come...
Ooh, and I've got DJ Panda,
I just saw a wheel.
A wheel?
Maybe it's just a glitch. It wouldn't be the first one.
Yeah. They got to keep themselves busy at Codemasters, If they fixed everything, I mean, what would they do? They would have nothing
Exactly.
to do. The game would just be finished. So, always keeping themselves busy. I'm on board now with Leon. He's shown great pace in the races he has been here for. Definitely someone who can contend for the championship. So, coming through 3 and 4, a little hesitant. Coming down the hill there, and again you can see he looks a little cautious. Open the DRS
I think a lot
here.
of people are just putting a time on the board because they know that this track is... I mean, look, it's tough. It's not like hard in the way that a Singapore is hard, but it's very tough because there are so many places where if you're off by 6 inches, I mean, that's it.
It's punishing. There's a lot of walls. And yeah, there's not a lot of turns, but each one of them is presents its own challenge. Track limits and there's barriers. It's all walled in, so I think it's deceptive in how difficult it actually is.
Leon just flew through the World
Yeah,
Championship game.
he took that
nice.
really nice, and he puts in a 10.5, good enough for 8th place currently. So we see a bunch of guys now are switching to the soft tires for their next set of runs. We'll finish up with Hightower here, one of the 3 Canadian drivers participating in their home Grand Prix tonight, along with Soy Loco, and actually I misspoke, Wreck Diver, the 3rd Canadian in Tier 2, is actually not here tonight. So great Canadian representation in Team McLaren.
And it was a great day for Canada, and therefore the world.
So I'm personally, I know we're not supposed to have bias as commentators, but I would love to see one of them have, or both of them even, have a great result here today. So both good guys too in their own right. So
for sure. Ooh, Rockstar goes into the 109.7s here. That's a lap right there.
First
Figure he's got
driver
some time.
to break into the 109s, yeah.
Figure as the track heats up a little bit, he's gonna be able to knock that off as well. So
For sure, for sure. I'm on board now with Babon. We'll see what he can do. We'll switch off of the onboard and we'll get some cinematic cameras.
Shots.
Yeah. Oh, that seems like a new one. It's the helmet cam, but you can see like his face. Yeah. The concentration. You can watch his eyes as they try to pick up the apex there. Here he comes down the back straight. DRS wide open. Trying to improve on an already good time, a 10-1.
When he's done, go to Zig. Zig's half a second up coming out of the hairpin.
Okay,
So
let's
that
go
would
with Zig.
put him into second, possibly. Possibly a sneak, depending on how well he does this. I mean, he's just got to go straight ramming speed into the chicane here and hope for the best.
And he does take a lot of curb on entry there, so it is something you can get away with. Taking curb on entry and a 109.5. Wow. Really, really well done. You said he was what, half a tenth up or half a second up, and then he found what, it must have been like another 4/10 through the final chicane or through the final sector there. So really, really nice lap from Zig, and yeah, making a statement early. As Nico Osel, we missed his lap, but into the 109s as well, so really good from him. I've got Sam now just starting his lap. We'll see what he can do. So Mr. 3 and 4. Ooh, so close to that wall there. But he looks a lot more confident on this run already. Now up through the gears. Opening the DRS. And Soy Loco, in front of his home fans, a 109.9. So really well done from the one McLaren driver. As we have yellow flag. I believe that's just Soy letting cars by, so doesn't look like anyone's out.
I know this is a short track, but it's interesting that like the times are between tier 1 and tier 2 here are really condensing.
Mm-hmm.
Like the top couple guys right now in on this one would have been in like the top 6 or 7 on Monday night. So that speaks volumes for the strength of the league here, that everybody's really getting close.
Yeah, and Sam, just as you're saying that, a 108.6, so we're getting a lot of guys really, really close. One thing I do love about Tier 2, honestly, is just how competitive it is. It is every year just gets more and more condensed, especially with the addition of Tier 3 now. All 3 tiers, ultra competitive. So, I don't even remember what time I set on Monday. I don't think I would have been even in like the top 15. So, I'm just gonna say it's because it was the first day with the new patch, and that's my excuse. But
yeah, that's mine for my spin.
There we go. Some really impressive times so far. We'll see what else we can find. I've got No Mercy just finishing, coming across the line. And a 109.6, so there we go. Everyone is getting super, super close. Let's right on board with Asylum. Give him some airtime in that Alpine. Looks pretty good. The thing is here, if you find, 4/10 isn't necessarily easy to find, but I feel around Canada it could be. If he finds 4/10, he's going to find himself 3rd, 4th on the grid, so...
Look, realistically here, 4/10 is one perfect chicane.
Exactly.
It's one perfect chicane because you enjoy the the speed you carry all through. And when we're in between quali and the race, I'll give everybody too much racing theory and put people to sleep. So I'll wait a minute or two.
That'll keep people engaged during the break. So, yeah, save that. We'll keep people sticking around. If you want to learn a little bit, if you don't just like racing, but you want to know why you like racing, Doff will explain it. As we got Asylum now coming through the final chicane here, and he looked pretty good. Maybe a little hesitant, but I'm pretty confident that's going to be good. No, he didn't improve. So, obviously going to be a little upset with himself, I'd assume. But if he's quick, he can get another run in. But it'll be tight. As now I'm on board, actually, with Hightower. Who, if he can find... He's going to need about half a second to really move up the table, but he can find himself right around that top 10, the fringe, as he's gone right into the pit. So possibly a mistake. Maybe just not happy with that time. As Mo Powa, Cowboy, has put himself into third with a 109.7. Doth, I will be back in 1 second. If you want to pick a driver for me to follow,
sure.
Let me know.
Who do you have that's about to start a... we have someone here who's about to get onto a...
I think Zyg is about to start his. So if you want to...
No, he's diving in. So we have everybody who's kind of coming out of the pits now. So let's go... I think...
Let's follow Adri. He had a really good time on those mediums. Take us on board with Adri as he goes through his final run, okay?
Sure, absolutely.
Just give me 1 sec.
Yeah, no problem. So as he's coming down the back straight here, you know, he's getting that little extra heat into the tires. You know, the first question he's got to deal with, obviously, is how hard is he going to throw it into the World Champion chicane on the outlap here? Because you want to be able to maximize this short little straight, but you don't want to risk an invalidation. So, okay, here he goes down the line, takes the tight line here. Let's see how much curb he takes. Takes too much curb, unfortunately. So that's the lap, but realistically, if he has enough gas to run again, he can do another lap because he's got enough time to get around if he's going a little bit slowly. So, while we're waiting for the esteemed co-commentator here, I'll try to follow the best I can. Jay Dudu is coming through. He's about to finish a lap, and he runs a 1:10.1. So right now, I mean, he's put him in 11th. He's on the poor man's pole there. Mo Powa Cowboy has retired. We have Asylum. Looks like he's getting ready to start a lap, but there's a ton of, or he's getting out of the way, I guess. We now have Soy, who's just started a lap here. So let's see, he's coming out of turn 1. He's now coming 1-2. He's now, let's see how wide he gets into 3. So he takes that really wide, and cuts off a little bit there as well. So, all right. So back on here with Adri, because Adri's about to start another flyer here, and he left himself enough time, which was really smart. Brakes, turns in, takes a little less curb. I mean, has to. Really smooth into 2. Gets a little bit wide there, but he gets the power down just fine. Let's see how wide he gets. How he throws it in. Ooh, he threw it into 3. Very nicely done. So he's going to stay wide through there. Cuts it really close. Brakes, turns in hard, and this is shaping up to look pretty nice here. So as he runs down this short DRS straight into the chicane under the tunnel, nails his mark despite the shadows. Hits 1 curb. Really nicely done through there. Let's see, as he's going down here, we'll see he get his sector 2 split, and he is 0.4 down. So let's see. So that would put him at a 109.6. So he is right on. He is on pace to steal pole from Zyg. Let's see.
Who are you watching, Doth? Sorry about that.
Adri. All good. Adri invalidated his first one. Adri has a shot. If this goes well, Adri's going to steal pole. So let's see. Throws it in.
Oh, a lot of curb on the entry.
Yep, a little squirrely on the way out, but does a good job shortening his distance to the line and takes pole by a 10th away from Zyg.
So we have Rockstar. Oh, he's already a second down. He's invalidated. Sorry about the inequality there, everyone. We've got Denmark just crossing the line, but Adri will be happy. He can watch his entire 2 laps back on the stream there, and I believe that should be the qualifying order. So our starting grid for the race, we'll wait just for absolute confirmation, but so Grim didn't set a lap. Not too sure why that happened. JXW DNF'd, so he has no time on the board. Other than that, I mean, look how close some of these times are.
You know, I know that this track isn't a favorite of people in the league, but what kind of surprises me, because the racing tends to be pretty close here every year. And like it's
Yeah.
also one of the favorite tracks of the drivers in real life. Every time they go, they're like, oh, we're super excited for this because it's a high speed, like it's almost like it's a gambler's track, because it's like how much speed are you willing to take into some of these turns?
I well, and I mean it's in Montreal, beautiful, beautiful city. So if
Yeah.
you've never been, I recommend everyone go at least once. But look at that. I mean, 5/10, half a second, first through 11th, and look at that gap between 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. It's 1/10, just over 1/10 between fourth and ninth. So that's just mind-boggling. I mean, that's one chicane. It's one corner.
Yeah, and with Tier 2, we're almost desensitized to it sometimes because of how close they are on a regular basis. So
Yeah.
they are always all over each other.
We have a request in the chat, Doth. T Money says, I need Doth to teach me all the secrets for being a god at Canada.
Well, cheers to money, thank you. So, welcome to Dots Racing School Live.
First live version.
First live version. So, the thing about this track that's kind of different than all of the others is first you kind of have to think about how these cars work, and then also how it's represented in the game. So, generally, when you're looking for an apex of the corner, you kind of think like, what kind of looks like it would be the geometric line. We're talking geometry, people. What would be the geometric line? And then you kind of alter it based on your car. So if you have a car that's high in grip and whatnot, or high in downforce like an F1 car with a ton of power, you would tend to take a later apex. You take a later apex, you have to slow down a little more to make the turn, but on the exit you get onto the gas more quickly, and you want to spend as much time on the throttle in these monsters as you possibly can. So the reason with Canada, however, because the average speed of the track is so high and there are so few very, very big braking zones, it actually prioritizes carrying speed more than just being able to get on and off the gas and the brakes. So, for example, a turn like we'll take the 3-4 chicane as we come up to it here. I mean, you just want to give the brakes a slight tap at the beginning to get the car rotated, and then your foot's basically back on the gas, like fully down, as you're approaching turn 4, because you're trying to carry as much speed as you possibly can. And then from there, you kind of figure out how to fix it, how to carry. And the way that you do that is you look at your exit, and if you exit and you're too far away from the wall, well, that means you could have taken more speed. If you smash into the wall, you probably turned in a little too early. So you have to kind of you kind of learn how to read a track like that. And so just there's really no other track on the calendar that actively prioritizes maintaining speed over being on the gas in the same way that this one does, which is maybe why some people don't like it, because they don't really kind of understand how this one is different from others.
There we go. An explanation as to why most of us suck at Canada, myself included. And Doth, wonderful explanation though, really interesting. I think someone read it up early, and Adri just basically treated that formation lap as a qualifying lap. He just raced through it. So quickly, just looking at everyone's tire choice, everyone in the top 10, obviously on the softs, Soy, J Dudu, RC7, Hightower, all in the mediums. Leon on the softs, Riley on the hards, DJ Panda on the mediums, JXW on the hards, and Grim Reefer starting from 19th on the mediums. And with that said, here we go. We have 4 lights, 5 lights. And it's lights out, and away we go at the Canadian Grand Prix. Adri seems to have bogged down a little bit. It looks like a good start from Zyg, and a great start from No Mercy, who took a peek, but couldn't quite get it to stick there. He has made the move around the outside. Zyg understeers a bit into the side of No Mercy. I think he might have to concede that place. We'll see as they run down into 3 and 4. JXW is retired.
And Dudu.
And Dudu, not too sure what's happened at the back there, but we have a lap 1 safety car, and we have a big pileup, it seems, in turn 1. It looks like RC's been caught in that. He has absolutely no wing. We have 2 cars DNF'd into the wall. Dudu missing a tire. The safety car just drove through Dudu. Not sure at all what has happened there. I was focused at the front there. A great little battle between Zyg and No Mercy, and yeah, seems like absolute chaos. I don't know how JX caught up to Dudu though, because he was in 12th and I think JX was in 18th. So we will have to see probably afterwards in the Discord and some stewards reports as to what's happened there. But great getaway from Adri. He did well to defend going into turn 1. He was able to... Oh! And Mo Pala, under the safety car, has sent it right into the wall. At the wall, the Wall of Champions.
Jeez.
So, I believe... Or who was that? No, it wasn't. It was... I don't know who that was. It was Rockstar, rather. A little cheeky to make it back into the pits, but I'll let it slide. Scavney in the chat. Yes, RC cannot catch a break. T-Money, is it too much to ask for a clean race? Yes. You should know better than to ask for such things. RC in the pit to get a brand new wing, and now we'll have the whole field in a Ferrari sandwich as RC and Adri are first and last respectively. So, wow. A lot of early drama. I don't know what to say. Soy Loco and Hightower, the 2 McLarens. Team Canada, 7th and 8th on the medium tires, so great news for them.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I think that they realistically were so early on at this point that to kind of just make it through here, so much can happen at this track because the laps are. I mean, because the laps are just so damn fast.
Yeah, they go by very quickly. Just taking a look now briefly at position change. So big winners after that first lap. DJ Panda and Grim both have gained 8 places. Riley up 6. Hightower as well up 6. And then a few other guys up a few places here and there. Sam, Nico, Soy, all up a handful of positions. We have big losers, obviously. J Dudu and JXW both DNF'd lap 1, turn 2. RC down 4 positions. Rockstar down 11 positions. And then we have Bond and Asylum both down 6 positions. So, yeah, it looks like Babon actually and Asylum both pit to the mediums. So, they were in the top 10. They did start on the softs. You can do 2 medium stints to the end of this race from here. So, they've gotten rid of the tires, yeah. So, something to keep an eye out. I honestly suspect there will be another safety car or 2, to be completely honest, but you never want to be too presumptuous.
No, for sure. But while we have this slight break, trivia questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
The Wall of Champions is so named because 3 former champions hit the wall. Who were they?
It's got to be older champions, because it's been named that for a while now. I have no idea. What decade are they from?
The race is about to restart.
Okay, you're right.
We'll let it hang for the next safety car.
In the chat, if you guys want to guess, don't cheat. We will, Adri has gone. He has punched it, so really early. You can kind of get away with it here, though, because it's not a great overtaking spot until the last chicane, but Adri has nailed that. Almost gained a full second now. just off the restart alone. Going down the field here, it looks like Soy has got the jump on Sam. He takes a peek, but Sam able to maintain that position. So crucial he stays ahead of Soy on those soft tires. Further down the field, I don't see too much action. Everyone seems to be holding position for the most part. All clean so far on the restart, so good to see. RC has gone onto the hard tire and seems to really be struggling to get those up to pace, as he's already dropped 2.5 seconds off the back of the field. We'll go back up to the front though, and we'll see No Mercy as he tries to hunt down Adri. And the top three separated only by 1.2 seconds at the moment.
I think in the next 2 laps, we're kind of going to get an idea of everybody's pace, because we're going to start to get some groups forming here.
Yeah.
And we'll have a better idea of what it looks like, and kind of people will try to then make strategy plays based on that. But I mean, look, right now, Adri, besides being in the front, does look like he's the fastest driver right now. I mean, he's already put 9/10 of a second between him and No Mercy already in 1 lap, I mean, which is, not insignificant.
No, if he can break DRS, that'll be absolutely crucial to his overall strategy for this race. It's a track where it is difficult to overtake. It's not an easy overtaking track, but once you get in that DRS range, you can kind of hang around. You can wait, and you can hope and put some pressure and hope the guy in front of you makes a mistake. So getting that breathing room, it's crucial to settling in and having a clean race. The top 5, though, do seem to be pretty evenly matched at the moment. We have Sam lagging just a bit behind, as we have Denmark getting overtaken, or spinning around, actually. It doesn't look like he has too much damage, but he will drop to the back of the field as he waits for those tires to cool down a bit.
Team Canada is really close to each other here.
Yeah, the McLaren drivers. I'm sure they are speaking with one another. I doubt either will do anything too rash. Soy was on the back of Sam, so I'm wondering maybe a slight mistake. We'll see if maybe he lets Hightower through here, as he's really gaining on Soy. Soy's gone into the pits, so I'd assume he actually has some damage. We see fastest lap here switching around a bit. And DRS is enabled this lap, so Adri right on the fringe right now. It'll be very, very crucial for him to break free of that. And No Mercy coming under pressure from Zag behind, who does seem to have a little bit of pace in hand over the driver in front of him currently.
For sure. Oh no! Grim spun. Grim spun coming out of 4, hit the wall. He's now facing the wrong way. He's not out of the race though. He was able to get the car spun around there. That's unfortunate.
So I missed that one here. We've got Denmark closing in on him. It looks like Grim's already got going though, so we won't really catch the end of that there. We've got Zyg now. We'll see. First real chance, I think, for an overtake here. He will have DRS. We'll see how much he's able to close, as No Mercy actually has DRS on Adri in front, so Zyg will likely not be able to get that done, as No Mercy's actually gone into the pits, so, and got a 5-second penalty for speeding into the pit lane, so
ouch.
That is going to hurt. I'd assume he'll have another pit stop, so we will have to serve that. As Asylum picks up an early 3-second penalty, as he's actually very close to the back of Mr. Babon here. As he's taking a peek, we'll see if he sends it. No, he's not able to get through there. So we've actually got a good battle there. 10, 11, and 9th place Leon. So the 3 of them really battling. We have Nico right on the back of Cowboy. So, like you said, a few laps, we'll start to see some of these gaps take shape. As certain drivers look to make their way through the field, others, look to be a cork in the bottle. As Nico, though, is really hounding Cowboy, almost pushing him through that hairpin. He does go a bit deep, though, and I think that'll compromise his run down to the final chicane. We'll see if it's he's got enough top speed, though, to get that done. He's taking a peek. He has looked to the inside. He decides against it. Tucks back in.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah.
It wasn't quite there.
It's a track, as Zyg now has just been unleashed out front and is hounding Adri. So great news for him. He's got pace. And yeah, like I was saying, patience is a virtue around this track. It's so very easy. It's Hightower. Looks like he's spun
Ooh,
round.
Hightower went around.
Yeah, and oh, he's lost his entire front wing there. And would that be coming out of turn 2? Maybe a bit of throttle. Hard to tell as Riley picks up a penalty. We have a VSC, probably due to the debris on track. So, bit of a breather for some of these guys. Probably right around that pit window. I don't know if you want to go now, or if you want to eke these tires out a bit.
If I could get in and under this VSC and I'm in undercut range of somebody, I think you just take it.
Yeah.
You take the cheap pit stop and you deal with the shitty tires at the end.
Yeah, I think I would tend to agree. It's still under VSC, so we'll see how long it lasts. Obviously, we'll stick up front with these guys. The top 5 all on the soft tires, so we'll see what decisions they make. Adri's gone in. Zyg has followed him.
Go in.
Yep. Cowboy has stayed out. So Nico's gone in. Sam has stayed out. So an interesting split. We'll have to see where these guys come out. The VSC ended right as they went in.
Yeah, so kind of just looking at if you pull up the leader gaps as opposed to like the interval or whatever, you can kind of see that it went in a little early may end up hurting the top 2 here because they may get released into traffic.
Yeah, we've got Adri now coming through turn 2. Luckily for Zyg, he didn't get any cars between him and Adri. So very, very crucial to his overall race strategy there. So we have another yellow flag. We'll see if we can find who that is. Possibly Cowboy, who did stay out on those tires. And yeah, it looks like he's just dropping places. So Grim picks up a time penalty. Oh, and we've got the Aston Martin getting squeezed there into the wall by Leon. So very, very aggressive. I'd still say fair, but yeah, right on the edge there of racing.
I know we're we're still going through the pit window and everything, but let's talk about DJ Panda for a second. He's up 15 spots to be in second. He started 16th. And the fact that he's on the mediums, I mean, look, with the safety cars, he may be able to steal a few positions here.
Yeah.
He could end up being kind of the big winner of all of this. So I think it'll be something to watch as we go along here.
For sure. I actually didn't even notice that. As No Mercy says the fastest lap on the medium tires is he's actually found his way right back behind Zyg. So Zyg has lost touch a bit to Adri. We'll stick with Asylum right now. This battle between him, Babon, and Leon has been going on for quite a while, and Babon is just hounding him, looking for any way to get through. Not going to be able to get it done on that occasion, but you can see a train beginning to form as Adri's now catching up to this group, as Babon now looks to have the line there through turn 7 and 8, that chicane. So, that was really, really ballsy. Yeah. And you can see just a massive group of them here.
Yeah. Also keep in mind, too, that Riley and Leon here around Babon are on the hards. So you wonder how this is going to play out as the race goes on.
Yeah.
Because the fact that they can keep up, it speaks fine for them. Oh, is Leon going to try it around the outside of the World Championship chicane?
Oh, he's cut the chicane. And that's going to cost him, I think, a few places. We'll see now. We've got Asylum looking to make that move. As Asylum comes around, Adri almost makes it 3 wide through turn 1. And now Zyg and No Mercy have caught up to this group, so this is getting spicy out front here. Sam, and we've got who is that? Denmark, it looks.
Here come the penalties.
Looks to be DNF. Yeah, penalties are coming across the screen fast and furious. We will check towards the end.
Oh, Denmark accidentally went on to the intermediates.
I think he's just retired in the pits.
And he's like, I think, okay.
Probably just set them before he drove to the pit lane there, but yeah.
This now with 3.
Yeah, Zyg picked up 3 as well, as Zyg now looking to make his way past Leon. Can't quite do it there going into the hairpin as No Mercy takes a peek, thinks about sending it, but definitely wise not to stick a wing in there. And Zyg is going to have this done. Leon now on those hard tires is dropping down the order.
So something just something to kind of point out and keep in mind here. We haven't kind of, now that I'm kind of looking at this, currently Babon is in the lead of this race, net lead, because he's already stopped.
Yeah.
So he stopped onto that first lap safety car for the mediums. If, you know, look, if he makes it to the medium, if he makes it to the next, makes it to the next pit window and pits at the same time as everybody else, then he keeps that advantage.
Yeah, a well-timed safety car will do wonders for Babon, Riley, Panda, as this massive train of cars here is now beginning to catch up to this front group here, Riley, who's 2 seconds off the lead. Ooh, as Adri makes his way past Asylum, who seems to have missed 7 and 8 entirely. And that has cost him a place. Zyg now going to be looking to get this done as quick as possible, obviously. His race is Adri, and he wants to stay as close to him as he can. As we've got Babon making his way past Riley, and Adri making his way past Riley. And Adri now did have that double slipstream. He's going to move to the outside and take a look. Can't get that move done, but he's going to, again, be pressuring him
Zyg
into
made the
turn
move
1.
on Asylum.
Yes, he did. We have Asylum fighting back. This is too much for 2 people to keep up with. All right, we're going to need like 3 or 4.
We just need all the cameras.
So we've got Zyg now. Ooh, he's got a great shot of Adri making a move through turns 3 and 4. So, see who else we can get. Sam picks up a penalty. He has made his pit stop, actually, so he's going for the soft to hard strategy. The one stop. Which
Hey,
I don't mind.
If there's no safety car, no other safety car, that may work. That may work brilliantly.
So I always love seeing the different strategies. It's always one of the
For sure.
most interesting aspects of spectating a race, right? Seeing different guys, how they approach, you know.
Asylum and Leon are right on top of each other. Just you don't have that fight up.
So I don't know who's going for position here. I think Leon was behind Asylum, so he's looking to regain that position. And he has cleared him before heading into the final chicane. So Asylum now going to have to regroup, going to have to relax a little, and just make sure he's able to stick with this group ahead of him. As we have Babon still really hounding Adri. As again, this entire group starts to close in on DJ Panda ahead, as Adri will now have DRS. So the top 8 all within DRS of one another.
Yeah, and if you go down to the next group, the top 12 are all within a pit stop. So a safety car could shake it up from 1 to 12.
We have a McLaren off in the hairpin. It looks like that might be Soy. Maybe perhaps a bit of a spin. He does seem to have gotten going. So, doesn't look like he has damage. We will move back to the front, though, as Adri really, really pressuring. Maybe looking to make a move into the hairpin. Not quite there for him. Get on board here and we'll see some of these. Riding with Babon to see if he can get a good view of Adri making that move on Panda. Adri's going to get that done. And he is going to move back into the lead of this race. So we assume he's likely going to be making another stop. I'd assume everyone in this race is going to be making another stop, except perhaps Sam.
Yeah.
Oh,
big crash!
Panda!
Big crash.
Did someone hit him from behind? I just saw him spin.
There are a handful of people out. I know Zyg was involved in that as well. I happened to be scrolling through and just saw well, for lack of a better term, just a clusterfuck of cars going.
DJ Panda into the wall there.
Safety car. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now everything gets interesting here.
We get a breather. I mean, my armchair strategy would suggest pitting to the mediums. Those will take you to the end. Seems an easy choice. We'll see who bites. And then we can catch up on chat as well. So we do have a couple guesses for your earlier trivia question. T-Money says Senna, Hamilton, Prost. Scavney says Schumacher, Villeneuve, and Prost. It's got to be before Schumacher's time, I would think, before he was a champion. Hold on, let me
So,
guess. I'm gonna go off the wall. I'm gonna say like Keke Rosberg, um, Lauda, and Piquet.
so it got the name that it did because in the 1999 race, three former champions all hit the wall in the same race.
Okay,
So who was the one who said, was it Schumacher and, what was one, Schumacher, Villeneuve? Was that, who said that?
that was Scavney.
So Scafney's 2 for 3. It
We'll have
was,
to find out if he meant Jacques or Gilles, but we'll give him the point regardless.
well, no, we'll give him the point because Gilles didn't win the Drivers' Championship. So it wouldn't be an
That's
answer to
true.
the question.
Formula Carl says Villeneuve, Hill, and Schumi, I believe. Was Hill the third guess?
Hill,
The third driver?
Hill is the third one. Nice job.
There we go.
Damon Hill's
Well
number
done.
3.
So, there we go, our little trivia question there. That was good, actually. That was interesting. I never knew that. I just assumed it was because I crashed there. DJ Panda has left the session. There's me being cheeky for everyone. Soy Loco is a lap down, currently in 5th on these cars. I don't know if he's able to unlap himself. I don't know if it's worth the risk. So, important to note, Babon has taken his pit stop. So, 2 pit stops under safety car, he can go to the end on these tires. I think that is a brilliant strategy move by him. Asylum has pit onto the mediums too. I actually think that's a really, really smart move by him. Leon has stayed out on the hard tires. I think he probably could have pit to the mediums and taken those to the end. We have Zyg, who has pit to the mediums. I would assume he had damage, which is why he had to pit. Hightower has pit to the mediums. RC has pit to the mediums. And finally, Grim has pit to the mediums. Soy is in the pit lane again. He's just having a disaster of a race. And therefore a disaster for Canada.
And therefore,
yeah, the world, yeah. So tough to see. Hightower though still doing well. One of only 5 drivers not to have picked up a penalty so far. So RC another one. So like we were saying off the top, right? RC disastrous start to this race, was in last after lap 1. Now with this safety car, he's brought back up to the pack, and he doesn't have a penalty. So, you know, if the race were to end in this lap, he would jump up to 6th. You know what I mean? So,
I that kind of crew there, the Baban Asylum, Riley, Zyg, RC crew there is they're in a pretty nice spot, to be honest, because I think I mean, look, I understand Adri like staying out because you want to drive from the front if you can, and and maybe there's another safety car and he gets a cheap stop for softs coming up. But realistically, and even mentioned to Sam in 5th as well. Like those guys, their tires are all going to be fine to the end.
Yeah.
And honestly too, I kind of like Rockstar rolling the dice because he's fast. He qualified well, so he's on a set of softs. If there's another safety car in 6-7 laps, he could wear out a set of softs and then throw on another set and go to the end. And look, if he keeps it clean, look at Maverick on Monday night. For people who didn't watch Monday's race, there was a safety car around this time. Most of the field pit for mediums. Maverick pit for softs, and he got to pit for another set of softs later. But he was able to keep his position, and he kept it clean, and ended up winning the race. So it's too soon to tell here.
Well, yeah, and we've only just passed halfway point of this race. I say only, but it's really actually flown by, to be completely honest. 18 laps, and I don't think I've been able to catch my breath. Just briefly, I brought it up on the screen for everyone to see. I'll just very quickly run through the penalties. So, Adri 3 seconds, no mercy, 8 seconds. He's going to have to serve 5 seconds when he pits again. Safety car in this lap, so I'll be brief. Leon 3 seconds, Sam 3, Babon 6, Asylum 3, Riley 6, Zyg 3, then we have Grim with 3, and Soy Loco with 6. So, we'll bring back that tire data. And we'll watch Adri now as he wiggles around and gets ready to restart this race for the second time this evening. He's got the whole field. What a sight. Look at them all go. Just got to get that heat in there. He's still holding the field. And remember, you can't overtake until the final line, so it seems he's just left it and just punched it on exit, which I think is a pretty solid strategy. Zai picks up another 3 seconds. So, Adri, for the second time this evening, has nailed the safety car restart. Fantastic job. We'll go through the field. We'll see if we catch any action here. Looks like most guys holding place. No real movement through the field. And yeah, he's already pulled a second, so no mercy. This is like deja vu for him. I think lap 3 or 4, whenever we restarted the last time, this is very similar to what happened to him.
Yep, and also we got to give some consideration to Nico here too.
Yeah,
who's sitting in third here with no penalties.
Zai making his way past Riley there. Sorry to cut you off. Oh, as Riley runs into the back of Zyg. He's lost an end plate, and he's bumped the wall on exit. So, unfortunate for him. Just missed his braking zone. And yeah, the field is swallowing him up there. We'll move back to the front, though, as we watch Nico. No mercy with another penalty. So, really hurting his chances there. Riley is just falling down the order. I imagine, yeah, he's gone into the pits there. So, tough break for him. Just misses breaking point, and yeah, lost that end plate there.
Who's in the... Oh, okay.
Is Soy Loco unlapping himself? Yeah, rapidly driving through all the cars here.
I was a little confused. I was like...
As Nico now hanging on to the back of No Mercy, who's losing touch to Adri out front. We have a Mercedes off track. Is that Zyg? No, it looks like Grim has spun around.
It's Grim.
So
I know again, and you know, Grim was. I happened to be in a party with Grim, kind of right before the race started, and he was kind of worried that his pedals were malfunctioning, and so you may be seeing the fruits of that now.
Even when they're not, if that suspicion sneaks into the back of your mind, honestly, it just ruins you for the race. I speak from experience. If you don't trust trust your pedals or your wheel, then it's just at least being tentative. So, tough break for him if that is the case. Rockstar has made it past RC. Asylum has gone into the pits. Nico not able to get that move done. We have Sam also pressuring Leon on his 10 lap younger hard tires. As we see a bit of a train start to form behind Leon as we have another yellow flag. I don't know if that's someone in the pit lane. Asylum has DNF'd.
Ooh.
Whereabouts is he? Maybe he's just retired in the pits, it looks like.
Yeah.
Anyways, though, we will jump back up. We'll follow Sam, who's looking to make a move around the outside with DRS through 7 and 8. Oh, and we've got the other Aston Martin of Mr. Babon really, really challenging this entire group here. Zyg, Rockstar, RC, also here. Soy Loco, the ghost car, just pushing his way through everyone. Mr. Babon, though, with a sneaky move past Cowboy into the hairpin. So, crucial move at this stage in the race. Zyg now pressuring him from behind. My God, the racing is so close here as Rockstar gets that move done, and I mean, for how close all this racing has been, and Leon pits now, so not necessarily sold on that strategy. We have No Mercy in the pits, serving his penalty.
And you start to think here. So I have gaps to the leader up right now. Mm-hmm. You think that Adri and Nico have to pit again. Sam and Babon do not, and you have to think that the two of them are kind of sitting pretty to just have the race come back to them.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see if there's a bit of team orders. I mean, I don't know if they're chatting with one another. Sam, though, if they're playing the team game, would have it would be in his best interest to let Babon through. He's on the younger tires. He's on the quicker compound, and he does seem to have quite a bit of pace. I think he'll get this done regardless.
The thing is, though, is Babon has 9 seconds in penalties already.
Yeah, but I guess even more incentive for Sam to let him through. Yeah. Sam has lifted to let him through, but they've boxed in the Alpha Tauri, and wow, phenomenal move there by Rockstar to, that was really, really good. I can't believe he's pulled that off, as Sam now, I think he did lift to let his teammate through, and you see him now really coming under pressure from Zyg as well, as he almost lost 3 places through the final chicane into turn 1. So we know obviously Rockstar is going to have to pit again. So Babon, maybe not in his best interest to put up a big fight if he finds himself coming under a lot of pressure. Zyg likely will not pit again. So Sam, actually crucial that he does stay ahead of Zyg to help both his own race and his teammates' race. For sure.
Whoa! Sam just spun a little bit, and Zyg sneaks through. Sam lost it under traction coming out of the hairpin.
Oh, now he's gonna have
what is it for your French lessons? Le Pingle, something like that.
Is that what hairpin is in French? I have no idea.
So. Where's Bobby?
Bobby, if we can get Bobby in the chat, please.
I think that's what it is.
That's funny. But yeah, now Sam, he's really struggling. You see him locking up. He's got RC pressuring him from behind. We'll stick with this battle, actually. We've got Hightower pushing RC, pushing Sam. So, you see a bunch of guys setting fastest lap on fresh medium tires there. Leon now is going to look to make his way back through the field. He must have pit again or something. I don't know how he's so far off the rest of the field, especially with No Mercy just pit recently. So we are starting to get into pit window territory, I would think, for guys like Adri and Nico. Those softs will last 10 laps easily at this point in the race. It depends if they want to hang on, maybe for a cheap safety car.
That's kind of what I'm thinking here for them, because, I mean, at this point, I mean, look, figure Adri drops. Whoa, RC nearly spun. He held it. Figure Adri would drop, you know, let's say 15 seconds or so with the pit stop. This kind of puts him right back into 9th. And, you know, I know he'll be on fresh softs and he'll be fastest guy on the track, but it's a lot to ask to make a lot of overtakes here.
Yeah, and especially with the limited amount of laps left. So, yeah. I mean, we have Rockstar has made it past Babon. He's going to have to pit again. This has actually allowed Zyg, though, right onto the back. So we have Zyg now in DRS range. The two of these guys are fighting potentially for the race win here. Zyg gets a big tank slapper out of 8 there.
The commentator's curse right there. Ooh, one of the McLarens is off.
I think that would be Soy again.
Oh, it's Soy. Ooh.
Just
is this going to be Adri's safety car? Is this going to be Adri's safety?
A VSC.
Oh, this is a freaking gift.
Soy has got it under the wall. Nico. We'll see if he goes into the pits. He's thinking, and he stayed out.
Does Nico go in?
No.
How about Rockstar?
No. Wow. Maybe Adri's going to take them to the end, and Nico's thinking the same. Rockstar, though, I do not think can take those tires. That'll be 18 laps, 19 laps.
You get a cheapy cheerful there, and
no one takes it.
Wow, interesting.
So, yeah, I am a little shocked that no one went into the pits there. And this is a long one. They would have been out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I saw it mentioned in chat earlier. Canada is one of the shortest pit lanes on the calendar. It is also one of the few pit lanes that skips turn 1. So,
that's why a 2-stop is usually pretty effective here.
Yeah. So, again, you straight line basically through turn 1, which is, you don't see that at a lot of tracks. So, I mean, under VSC, it's tough. Scavney in the chat says mediums can go 25 laps. He said it's not fun, but he says they can do it. Adri's going to be past that.
More power to you.
Yeah.
That's not...
As the race has restarted, so DRS is enabled. Did we catch anyone napping? Doesn't really look like it. We'll stick here with this battle so far between Zyg and Baban. Actually, we'll go to Hightower. He is closer. And he's really been pressuring RC. So, really good pace for him. He's actually had a really solid season so far. All things considered.
For sure.
And yeah, he is really hounding RC, who has lost touch on Sam ahead. You would think RC would have a bit of a pace advantage being on those medium tires, but perhaps they're starting to even out in terms of performance.
Yeah, and you know, we're at the point now where we kind of start... ooh, spritz of rain. Spritz of rain.
Oh, there was a 15% chance.
Oh, man.
And maybe now we know why they didn't pit.
Here we go.
Under the VSC. Maybe now it starts to make a little more sense.
Oh, boy. It's raining.
It looks like it's already starting to come down pretty quick.
Yep. Oh, boy.
As Hightower now looks to get this move done. He moves to the inside on RC. RC kind of looks like he gave him a little bit of a squeeze there as he cuts the final chicane. But RC wasn't very close to the wall. So Hightower does make it through. Great move. He was really pressuring him for quite a while. So well done.
I think at this point, now that it's kind of starting to rain a little bit, I think you have to like... honestly, like Nico here for the win.
If everyone has to pit, then I mean, Adri and Nico have played this perfectly.
For sure, but the thing is like if you have to pit and you know there's risk of a late safety car here, I mean, then Nico has no penalties and he's going to be sitting up front.
Yeah. Yep.
So we'll see. We'll see how everybody deals with these mixed conditions, because they can be something here.
Oh, Zyg, you see already getting a little squirrely on exit, and it looks like it's raining.
Mopawa and No Mercy are on the Inters.
So we'll take a look.
Here we go. Here we go.
We will take a look to see.
Everybody's going in.
Yeah, they've got a pace advantage. You can already see Mopawa taking tons of time out of Riley, who is just
DRS disabled. Holy
tiptoeing.
shit, in a lap.
That was fast. So we've got all these guys. There's going to be some double stacks. Sam's going to get double stacked. We'll see how quick they are. A little slow, but the team actually did pretty well on that one. I think they were the only real ones.
Fast.
Yeah. We have a yellow flag in Sector 3. It looks like No Mercy has spun round. Yeah.
Any,
don't know if his wing is okay.
Oh, no, it's a DNF.
I think he's gone and retired on track, which is obviously, it is frowned upon.
Bit of a no-no.
Do not condone such actions, but we've all wanted to do it.
That's for after the race, though. We have less than a second battle for the lead here.
Yeah.
Between Adri and Nico. And now Rockstar's strategy of going on those softs looks freaking brilliant.
Yeah, honestly, actually. We'll see how well these guys can navigate through the wet weather, because, I mean, Sam seems to really be struggling. He's already 8 seconds off, so I guess it wasn't a safety car, so the gaps weren't closed. Never mind what I'm saying.
It's just that everybody's been so close the whole time. It's certainly forgivable to think that.
Yeah. So now we watch. We're gonna see some wet weather driving. We're gonna see who can navigate it the best. Obviously, no DRS. We're gonna see I would expect to see a few more errors, a few more mistakes. 5 laps to go, though. You got to make sure you're not cutting corners. We can briefly look at penalties now as we wait for some of those gaps to get a bit closer. Get rid of that. Penalties here. So, Nico just has to stay within 3 seconds. Baban and Zai both have 9 seconds. So,
that's a straight fight.
Yeah. They are likely unable to make any positions up on the rest of the field. If they can stay just 6 seconds clear of Sam, though, they'll both be fine there. And then we have Sam, Hightower, RC, all with 3 seconds. If Cowboy can actually kind of sneak his way up there, he could find himself gaining a few positions. So then we have Riley with 9 seconds in 11th, and then Grim, who I believe is a lap down. We have a yellow flag in the hairpin. Who is that? Looks like one of the Ferrari, or it's Zyg, one of the Mercedes cars. So Zyg now, we were just saying he only needs to keep 6 seconds to Sam, and he has seen that shrink to 3 seconds now. So
yeah, he's also lost it to Hightower as well.
Yep. As Hightower is looking really strong here.
Yeah, he is. He's closing up on Sam here.
Yeah. We saw him really hound RC, and now, yeah, looks to continue his charge through the field.
I'm going to check, see if, with the top few guys here, I'm going to see if there's this, what the situation is with warnings.
Yeah. I'm kind of hover between Hightower here and Nico. We've actually got Leon hounding RC, so keep an eye on that one as well. Hightower now really, really close behind Sam.
Nico doesn't even have a warning.
Wow. Wow. What?
Yeah.
Do we give him like a gold medal or something? Does he get extra points?
You know,
not a single warning at Canada?
I clicked on it and I checked, and then I checked like another driver, because I was like, oh, did they like take this feature away that I could see this in Race Director or something?
We have Hightower right on the back of Sam. Yeah, he's not going to be able to get through there. He's very tentative through the final chicane. Kind of compromised his chance to get a look down into turn 1, but still a lot of race left. Zyg, though, has already gained 2 seconds on Sam, so if Hightower wants to gain that position as well, he's going to need to get this move done as quickly as he can, because I think Zyg is already clear of him. He will be, yes, on the penalties, so we'll see now, and yeah. This is still our closest battle on track we ever see now. He was passed by Leon. He's got Cowboy hunting him down, and Cowboy, I think, will already have him on penalties, so
no, it's 3-3.
3-3. Okay, yes, I guess
that's dead even. So that's a straight fight.
We'll see now. This is crucial. He's got to get the exit right here. Does Hightower? We'll see how well he can do. Sam gets a little bit of a tag slapper. Pretty steady from Hightower. Obviously, no DRS, so it's all going to be up to the setup and how slick he is in top speed. But Sam, no, he's not going to be close enough on this occasion to get a chance. Hightower, I think, cut the corner there, so maybe a warning.
Yep. Also, just a kind of quick shout out. We haven't spoken too much about him except for the fact he's being chased. Adri is starting to put a little time between him and Nico and Rockstar here. So Adri may have enough pace to get outside of that 3 seconds.
He just found about a second there, so I'd assume maybe a slight mistake from Nico. As Adri, yeah. He's led for most of this race. He made some fantastic moves throughout the field when that whole group of them were bunched up there in the early stages. He's had really, just a fantastic drive so far, and the cherry on top will be if, he can pull that gap without picking up another penalty, as he's right on the fringe, and he has broken the 3 second mark that he needed to clear. So perhaps really just finding his confidence now in the wet weather.
Just gotta keep it steady there.
Oh, Hightower, no! Has spun round on exit.
Ah,
Oh, that's tragic. As RC and Cowboy, and his tires are
he spun again.
cooked, and he's lost his wing. That is
no.
tragic.
No.
You really got to feel for him. 2 laps left. He was in a great position there as Cowboy gets a wicked exit out of the wall champion chicane.
Holy shit.
And yeah, just not quite quick enough there to.
Ooh, but RC runs deep.
Back
Nope.
to that then.
Doesn't look like he's going to be able to get by. RC is going to be able to hold that. Also, the gap here between Nico and Adri is now frozen at about 3 seconds here. So this is kind of right on the for the race win there. So this will be interesting on the last lap.
But Bond picks up 3 seconds, so Zyg now just has to get into that 3-second range. He doesn't need to get the move done.
Zyg needs to pick up a second on him.
We have Leon also really pressuring Sam here. I think he'll have this move done based just off of penalties. Is Mo Powa now actually side by side with RC as the two of them head into the hairpin. We'll see who's braver on the brakes. Is Mo Powa seems to have gone for a lovely switchback as RC. He just send it into the wall. And then he gets a snap on exit, so RC moves clean past again. And that's wet weather racing in a nutshell there.
Yeah. Also, shout out to RC getting crashed out on lap 1. Is just kind of like chugged his way back into some points here.
Yeah, I think so long as
I think Nico had a slip here because now he's out of range.
Yeah,
and the only way this is his is if Adri goes off, or like gets another penalty.
Adri, class of the field,
really has been tonight. The entire race.
Yeah, pole position. Got away nice and clean. Made some great moves when he needed to. And yeah, we'll ride on board with Adri here as he comes down the back straight for the final time here this evening. Unless he gets a penalty cutting this final chicane. Sam picks up 3 seconds. I thought it was Adri for half a second there. And he looks nice and clean there. Nice and steady as she goes. Adri now. A little wiggle for the Ferrari pit wall as he wins the Tier 2 race. And I think we may have like 5 winners in 5 races so far.
Something like that.
As Mo Powa has pipped RC in the airpin here. We're going to jump to Leon actually as he's chasing Sam down the back straight. He's not going to be able to get through, but he will get the move, or the position rather, based off of penalties. We'll go back to RC. Is there in a drag race? RC cuts the corner just to be safe. I think he cut it twice, to be honest. But he just wants to cross the line here. As Leon actually, had a lot of penalties and does not get the position on Sam. Zyg, half a second off of catching Babon there based off the delta. And Hightower, so unfortunate. Coming down through the final chicane, our last driver here to cross the line was having just a fantastic race. Really, really solid. And yeah, sends it into the wall for a bit of frustration there. As we've got one of the Williams already spun round on the exit. Bones in the chat. Vamos! I believe that's Spanish.
Vamos.
Vamos.
That's just as bad as my French.
I'm French. I'm not Spanish. So, really, really exciting stuff. I'm not going to have time for interviews. I don't know if you'll be around. I have to get going.
Unfortunately, I was about to say that you were on your own for interviews.
Yeah,
so.
I will let the guys know in chat. Phenomenal race, though. That was just fantastic. Yep. Honestly, right through quali as well. Just how close everyone was. I'll run through the order very quick for everyone. In first, we have Adri. First win of the season. Possibly his first podium of the season. Fantastic job. We have Nico in second, looked on for the race win towards the end, just couldn't keep up. Rockstar in third, really well done. Babon fourth, Zyg fifth, Sam in sixth, Leon in seventh. Great recovery. He had a few incidents, so good for him. We have Cowboy in eighth, RC in ninth, another good recovery, being last on lap one. And then we have Riley in 10th, and I believe the last car to finish was Hightower in 11th. Again, very, very unfortunate for him. He did well. Only 3 seconds in penalties, and he was on for a great result. So, that is racing, though, ladies and gentlemen. It is heartbreaking, and it is exhilarating, and it's everything in between. So, thank you for being here with us tonight. We are Zenith Online Racing. We will be back tomorrow evening, same time, for Tier 3, as we run our last Canadian Grand Prix. Thanks a bunch for joining us. Doth, thanks for being here with me.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. It was a lot of fun. Sorry we can't do the interviews, and I'm going to leave you with the same thing I started you all with, this race. I think it's fair to say that today was a great day for Canada, and therefore, the world.
Thank you, everyone. Au revoir.